Hey guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back. It has been a hot minute since I have filmed anything. And I thought I would do a get ready with me and kind of explain where I've been, how things are going with this pregnancy and life in general and things I've been dealing with. And by the way, I got my hair cut and colored. I decided to do that before we went on vacation. I hope this goes better than some of the other get ready with me that I did. I find it really hard to talk and do all this at the same time if I'm explaining what I'm doing. We're gonna try. So sunscreen first, like I always do. This is the Elta MD UV Sport Spectrum, Broad Spectrum SPF 50. I will discuss more in depth about this sunscreen when I do my update video, which I'm doing this one first. I think that update video maybe, I don't know which one I'm gonna upload first, but the update video, I'll tell you all about it, where I got it from and things like that. Let me rub this in and then I'll be right back. If you did not know, I am 26 weeks pregnant. I'm almost in my third trimester by now. And this pregnancy has been hard on me. I didn't have like a lot of throwing up and nausea and things like that in the beginning. Like, well, that's not exactly true. I didn't throw up a lot in the very beginning. I had a lot of nausea that kept me on the couch, but I wouldn't throw up. And then I didn't start throwing up until this past trimester, actually. But it's not because I was nauseated. I'm having trouble keeping my prenatals and the pills I'm taking down. I've been, gagging on my toothbrush, and it's really easy for me to just, which I know that's a little TMI for some of you, but that I haven't been feeling the greatest this pregnancy. I was sick the first trimester. It kind of started later than normal, and then it kept going. Like, I started getting sick. I didn't start getting sick until like week 7, week 8. And then it kind of tapered off, and then it came back with a vengeance, and then it tapered off, and now it's kind of back again. The typical pregnancy nausea, that didn't really last. I got migraines there, like transitioning into my second trimester. And those went away, and this is why I finally quit filming. I ended up getting sciatica pretty bad, like my second trimester, and hip pain. I was so uncomfortable. I couldn't sleep. Because when you're pregnant and you're this far along, you're not supposed to sleep on your back. You're supposed to sleep on your side. Well, because there's like a hormone that relaxes all the ligaments and stuff, especially around your pelvis. So nothing is really tight in there, so everything kind of like moves and shifts around. Sleeping on my side was excruciating, and I mean excruciating. We had gone to the city for a baseball game for my husband's birthday, and the hotel bed, I had to keep getting out of bed all through the night just to get some relief. It wasn't good. So I'm not sleeping. Couldn't sleep in my bed. I finally went and got a pregnancy massage. That helped a little bit, I think. Started doing prenatal yoga, doing some stretching. At first, I thought that was a bunch of bull because it hurt. In the beginning, it hurt pretty bad. Then it kind of loosened up. The hip pain, it comes and goes. Some days are good, some days are bad. I've kind of figured out how to manage it. I do yoga. I actually have to sleep on the couch. I can't sleep in my own bed because the way my bed works, it puts too much pressure on my hips. And the way that the couch is, where the cushions meet, it kind of puts pressure on my knees and on my shoulders and takes it off of my hips, which helps. And and then the back of the couch supports my back. So I'm finding that I can get a good amount of sleep, but that took a little bit of trying to figure out. Also, by the way, today I'm going to be using the Sweet Peach palette. So I wasn't sleeping. I'm at home by myself. My husband's at work. I work in the education field, so school's been out where we are for a while now, a couple of months. So I'm not working, but I was having to take time off of work because I was so physically exhausted. I wasn't sleeping. I'm not getting a lot to eat. The point is, I'm stuck at home by myself all day long with nothing to do. I'm on this no buy, low buy, which if you haven't seen any of my other videos, check them out. So I'm not going and shopping and, you know, distracting myself from my predicament. So I'm at home alone with my thoughts all day long, and we also have this baby shower coming up, and I've got people asking questions, and I'm letting it get to me. So I don't think I've explained this hang on, what am I gonna do with my eyes? So anyway, I don't think that I've explained on here that I have suffered from insomnia, depression, and anxiety my whole life, pretty much, since I was a teenager. I didn't know what it was when I was a kid. I did not understand. It wasn't until I moved away from home, I got my first teaching job, and I finally went to the doctor about it because I'd had a panic attack at school. And I told her, you know, I'm not sleeping. I had been seeing somebody basically ghosted me, and that was hard. And that was the first time I'd experienced that. And on top of that, I was teaching in a new school. First year teaching is extremely stressful. I was dealing with my own problems. I wasn't handling things well. So she put me on medication. And I was on anxiety/sleep medication. Oh my gosh, I think I was on that for like 6 years. Until my husband and I decided we wanted to start trying for a baby. And then I weaned myself. Over the course of a year before we decided, okay, we're going to start trying at this time next year. So I started then weaning myself off of the meds because what I was on is not safe for pregnancy. And I was doing okay. So I had completely gone off the meds. It'd been out of my system for a couple months. We started trying. I was working. I was still getting some sleep. It wasn't like before, but I was getting some sleep. And then I got pregnant, and all of a sudden it was like, from the beginning, no sleep at all, like nothing. So I let this go on for far too long. I was frustrated. I wasn't taking care of myself. I'm depriving myself of things I need. And a few weeks ago, it just got to the point where my depression came back with a vengeance. So I have anxiety all the time. All the time. And I know that word gets thrown around these days. Like, I have anxiety, I have anxiety. I have clinical, general anxiety disorder anxiety. I have panic attacks on occasion. I have insomnia. I've been on meds for it before, and I see a therapist. I started seeing a therapist over a year ago. Best decision I ever made, by the way. It's worth the money. But my depression, I've always been able to kind of change my circumstances to kind of like make it better. Does that make any sense? My anxiety is a bigger problem than my depression is. I don't have clinical depression. It's more situational. And it comes and it goes. Sometimes I need meds and sometimes I don't. I found myself several times, you know, one of my pregnancy cravings, which this is not the best, but it's like Sonic drinks and stuff like that. I mean, there was a couple of days there where I'm in the Sonic stall getting my drink, bawling my eyes out because I don't like living where we live. We're very isolated in the town that we live in. We are military, so we can't just pick up and move. We're assigned here. We're assigned here for a couple more years. I don't really have a lot of friends here. I see them on occasion. Most of them are moms. I'm not a mom yet. And that means that they have a busy life. They have things to do. And I don't. This town is got nothing to do unless you have kids. If you're single or you're married, this is the, ugh, there's nothing here. I was like, I hate it here. I want to get out. So, well, what I ended up doing was I'm seeing my therapist, and I hadn't seen him in a while. I thought I was doing okay, and I wasn't. And then I went to my GP at my last GP appointment, and I got to a point where it was bad. And he put me on a really, really low safe-ish, what you can say about pregnancy, safe dose of antidepressants and anxiety meds. Because I had come into the doctor, I had talked myself into this state where I thought he was going to say no. And when I got there, my blood pressure was like through the roof because it was situational and he was really concerned. So they put me on something. I think I'm going to do like a whole video on this, on how pregnancy has affected me. But anyway, so he put me on that, and then my husband and I went on vacation. We had decided that we wanted to go on a vacation, and then decided we can't really afford it. We wanted to go back to Florida. Couldn't afford it. Well, at this point, I'm crying in the stall at Sonic, and I tell my husband, look, I know I said I didn't want to go to Nashville or a road trip, but I need to get out of town. Went on a road trip to Nashville and back, and watched some baseball, which is our favorite thing, and that was exactly what I need. I feel a lot better. But now we're back home, and now I'm home alone again. I'm not going back to work. I'm going to stay home with the baby because my husband is the military, and he's gone a lot. You know, you never know with the military. They can deploy at a drop of a hat, which is exactly what happens. He'll come home one day and tell me, okay, so I'm deploying on X-ish day. They don't really know because you never know. You never know. The dates are always like, oh. You're in the military, so you're away from your family, and there's not a lot of help. And, you know, the wives try to help out as much as you can with each other, but they've got their own kids to deal with, and their husbands might be, and if he's not deployed, then he's a pilot, so he's on a mission somewhere else. He's doing a cross country, which means he goes out of town and comes back, or his schedule is never the same. Every single day he comes home and finds out what his schedule the next day is going to be. This morning he woke up at 4 a.m. Tomorrow he probably won't. It's never the same. So this is basically childcare. Is in the military, your spouse, you have to lean heavily on your spouse for childcare. And I'm okay with that. But I'm going to be home alone for the rest of the summer and until this baby's born. And so I'm seeing my therapist and on these meds now. Tomorrow I go back for my next appointment. I have to do my glucose test, which I hear is disgusting. But I'm in a better place than I was before my last appointment. I wasn't making videos, which that's another sign of me struggling, is that my hobbies kind of fall to the wayside. I wasn't making videos. I wasn't reading my books that I normally read. I wasn't painting, which I do to pass the time. I was just all I wanted to do was just lay down and watch YouTube and TV and nothing else for hours. And when my husband would walk through the door, it was like, oh my gosh, somebody else is here. Oh, I'm saved. So I needed some help there. But now I'm back. I'm doing much better. I'm in a much better place. So things that I struggled with, something that I've kind of come to the conclusion of lately is that, and maybe you struggle with this too, I have this mindset, and maybe you were kind of raised like me, where it's almost like everybody else's needs come before mine. I have trouble making decisions because I need to make them, because I have a fear that people are going to think I'm a bad person for saying no. And it's not people who I don't know, it's it's people that I, like family members and people who mean a lot to me. I have trouble just saying, no, this is what we're doing, kind of thing. I have a fear that I am going to be seen as selfish, as inconsiderate, as rude for speaking up for what I need. And or spending money on something that I need. Like the prenatal massage that I got, I needed that so bad. I was in physical pain. Why did I put it off? It was expensive, and I didn't think I was deserving of something that nice. There you go. I didn't think I deserved something that nice. We can go into, which I don't really want to do this on the internet, as to why I think that way and where that came from. So telling people that I love no, because I need to do this instead for me, I'm working on that because that's very difficult. And I've been doing that a lot, and I think it's upset some people. I'm just going to have to say, well, that's too bad. If somebody really loves you and they know you and they know who you are, then I think this is an Oprah quote that's like, then, if somebody really loves you, they will respect your no. They will accept your no. It's hard to say, you know, no, I'm not coming into town on this day. I'm coming into town on this day. No, I'm not staying here. I'm staying here. You know what I mean? You have to do things for your own mental health. And this whole pregnancy has been a mental health journey for me, where I'm going to have to make decisions for myself and my child that people aren't going to like. And honestly, when it comes to my child, I don't care who you are. It's my child. But I'm still pregnant, and so when it comes to me, I still have trouble with that. I'm going to have to work on it because I've got somebody else's mental and emotional well-being to look after, and I can't keep worrying about everybody else anymore. I'm going to put on liner and mascara. I've been talking for a while. I'm going to put on liner and mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay. So that's done. I think I made a little boo-boo, but honestly, I don't care right now. So the point is, I'm feeling much better. I'm back to doing I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna feature this in what I've bought so far for the summer. This is the CYO Lifeproof. Just found out yesterday that they are discontinuing it. Like, oh my gosh, I found my favorite new stuff and now it's gone. It's not always happen. I'm mixing this with some moisturizer and a little bit of serum. As you can see, I've had pregnancy acne like terrible. And these are all healing. But for the last few months, I haven't been wearing hardly anything on my skin, like no foundation, no nothing, because every time I put it on my face, I get a pimple, I get a breakout every single time. So I'm trying to heal all this and not wear a lot, but for filming I will put some on and then take it off when I get home. But I'm making my own BB cream pretty much. Hardly any coverage, but a little. Just a little bit. I'm gonna have to be okay with you guys seeing my pimples because healing my skin is more important than aesthetics at this point. It's another thing that got me depressed, was not wanting to be on camera because of all this going on. It's embarrassing. Having acne is embarrassing, especially I'm 31 years old. I shouldn't be dealing with this, but I am. So that's all I'm gonna do for foundation. Like, you look, it barely even looks like I did anything, but I'm gonna have to be okay with that. And you are too, I think. I'm gonna try a new concealer today. This is the Collab concealer. The Collab No Flaws Liquid Concealer in Porcelain 01. I heard that Tayla and Jam Beauty 89 talking about this. They did this like swap products video. That wasn't much at all, wow. And Taylor wanted Jessica to try it. Jessica liked it. And I was debating between the Light Illusion and this one because I wanted something that was more dewy. And she fell in love with it. And I always love what she has. Jessica, I always love what she has. So went out and got this one instead. So it's not full coverage. It's not covering up all of my dark circles. I like the finish. Ooh, that's pretty. If you like a full coverage, I don't know if you're gonna like this. But if you like something that's a little more, it's not like too dewy, but if you like something that's a little more luminous and brightens up the area, you might really like this. I'm gonna see if this builds any, because it like right in the corners of my eye are where I get like really deep bluish purple. My nose looks a little red, so I'm gonna put some here. Let's see how this works. Sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder trying to see how that pans out. Maybe if I just did it with my finger, it'll get more cover. Yeah. So I'm just going in with my finger over the spot that I wanted more coverage, and that builds up really well. Don't let me fall in love with you, because I fell in love with this foundation and she's going away. That's how long this has been since I have filmed. I got that foundation back in May. It's July. And I've used it quite a bit, as you can see. And now they're getting rid of it. Doesn't seem to be sinking into my fine lines either. I'm almost out of this, by the way. This is the Maybelline. Ah! I closed it on my finger. The Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth Powder in Classic Ivory. I've almost panned this baby. I traditionally put banana powder under my eye, but it's summer. And I just wanted to put my regular powder under here. Make everything the same color. Set that concealer. I like that. See, it bothers me that you can see all of this. When I go out in public, I'm go to the grocery store later, but that doesn't bother me at all. I don't care. But that this is on the internet for all to see. But hey, I'm gonna expose my flaws for you so you can feel better about yourself. Now, if I wasn't going to mix this in with the and thin it out or whatever, well, no, it pretty much, I would still need to put something else on. But I love the foundation. I'm gonna miss you. I have several video ideas that I'm gonna be doing this week, by the way, now that I'm back to being in the mood to film. I don't know how this is gonna go. Once the baby gets here. I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle it. We don't really have an area of the house besides this office that we share for me to do this in. So it's not like it's just a one-story ranch. It's not like we have a whole separate floor to just go and do filming in. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I wanted to be consistent here on this channel, but it may be spotty with a baby in the mix, I'm not sure. I just don't know. So back to what I was saying about anxiety and depression and things like that, whether you're pregnant or not, my advice, please go talk to somebody. A therapist, a doctor, talk to somebody. Please talk to somebody. I think a lot of people suffer with this disease, and we don't talk about it enough. I've always not been shy about having anxiety, depression, being on meds, not being on meds. I've never kept that a secret because I don't want that to be taboo. And I don't think less of anybody else for having that problem, whatever you want to call it. I'm a huge advocate for mental health and its services. So talk to somebody. Okay? You're not alone. Yeah. By the way, the baby's coming, like I said. We just, this past weekend, started to get the room ready. We have our baby shower coming up this weekend. We're gonna have to start buying things for him that aren't covered at the baby shower. And it's a boy, by the way. I said him, so it's a boy. We're really excited that he's coming into our lives. He's kicking up a storm. Right now, he's really quiet. Well, I was eating breakfast on the couch earlier, and he was kicking the dickens out of me. He has a favorite spot that he likes to kick too, over on my left side. And my husband finally felt him move for the first time while we were on vacation. That was cute. So things are gonna change around here. Things with me are gonna change, and it's gonna be a whole new experience. My favorite, which is the Becca Moonstone highlight. You can see I've hit pan on this, by the way. I love this shade. I just think it complements my skin so well. Look at that. Okay, last thing I'm gonna do is lips. This is the Flower Beauty. Ooh, I got some mascara on my thumb. Petal Pout color in Naked Blush. This is almost the exact same color as my lip, so we'll see if this is too dull or whatever. I'm gonna put a gloss on top of that. And this is the Tarteist Glossy Lip Paint. I think that's the same-ish color. I don't normally wear a lot of lip color. I didn't line this, by the way, so you never know. I thought it would go well with my peach look. I just talk. I'm like rambling on. I'm gonna go do my hair and I will be right back. It's still not a little dry. I refreshed my hair. Still a little wet, but it'll do. You can see my highlights pretty well. They look good on camera. When I got this done, I felt like, oh, I'm doing my hair wavy. It doesn't look as blonde. Looking good to me. It may be too hot. I don't know. I'm supposed to come back. I'm going to the grocery store. Well, Walmart. And then coming back, and I'm going to film some more. I hope that I don't sweat all this off. It's supposed to be hot. Thank you for stopping by today. I miss doing these videos. I'm going to get some more knocked out of the way. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe before you leave, and I will catch you later.